So when Scott Walker gave his State of the State address, he was channeling his hero, Ronald Reagan again. Old reliable, people go back to their battle stations. In 1976, when Ronald Reagan was running for president, he talked about food stamp fraud and says, you don't want to see a big buck using his food stamps to buy a steak. People conjectured about what he meant by big buck. In the State of the State, Scott Walker talked about people have to go through drug testing and go through job training in order to get public assistance. The same kind of theme, but again, people in the state, many of whom say, I have to work hard, I don't want to subsidize people for not working. So it always works. It shores up that base of what Reagan developed as Reagan Democrats. The only president Democrats named after him, in fact. But you got to do more than that. Scott Walker talked about the labor participation rate in Wisconsin, around 67%. People are working. That's very, very high. 5 points above the nation's number on that. But the question you have to ask yourself, what job do you have? Both President Obama and Scott Walker like to talk about their low unemployment rate. Well, the rate doesn't reflect everything. If you stop looking for work after a certain point in time, you give up, you're no longer counted. So the number of people not working, at least at the national level, isn't reflected by the low 5% unemployment rate. With Scott Walker and President Obama, if you work 1 day a week, that's a job. So you're working. So you would have a favorable number in the labor participation rate. But fending off people who are supposedly feeding off the system on welfare and not working only gets you so far. And talking about the property tax not going up in 6 years only gets you so far. People know how much money they're making. They know what their wages are. If they're standing still, running in place, not going anywhere, people know that. Eventually, people want more. They want economic growth. They want better opportunities. They want better opportunities for their children. They want upward mobility on income, jobs that pay. And whoever can deliver that to them, or at least make them think they can, will win in the end. Otherwise, Scott Walker is playing defense. He can talk about certain things that got him where he is and shore up his outstate support against the elites in Madison or the perceived welfare cheats, and that'll get him so far. Eventually, you have to go to the next level. You have to grow the state in a way that makes people think they have a better chance than they had last year. My 2 cents, my 2 minutes are brought to you by Edge Construction and Capital Consultants. Bill McCoshen, the lobbyist who worked for Tommy, who can get things done downtown. We talk about this and more on the radio tomorrow morning at 8 on 92.1 FM The Mic, The Mitch Henck Show. Talk to you then.